Letv, or Letv as I say, is a new player to the smartphone game, but it has already proven that it can make some really good phones. This time around, we're taking a look at the Letv L1s. This is Linus, you're watching Gizmo China. Find out more in our full review. The Letv L1s comes in a plain box, and the contents include the instruction manuals, power plug which has some fast charging capabilities, USB Type-C cable, and the SIM ejector pin. When it comes to the design, Letv used some premium materials in its budget phone. The L1s is made almost entirely of metal, well, except for the top and bottom parts on the back for better signal reception, and the device definitely feels premium in the hand. On the front we have a borderless, not bezel-less 5.5 inches display, which by itself makes the device huge. The top side is where you can find a 5 megapixel selfie shooter, notification LED light, and other usual stuff. On the bottom there are 3 nicely backlit capacitive keys we already seen on previous Letv phones. As far as optics, we have a 13 megapixels camera with the support of 4K video recording and single LED flash. Just below the shooter, there is a fingerprint scanner. I have to say that it is very easy to set up, it is fast and accurate to use. We have the usual control buttons on the right, which are also made of metal and are very clicky. On the left there is a dual SIM card slot. The top side is where you can find the headset jack and the IR blaster, and on the bottom you can find a mic, USB Type-C port, and the speaker grill. Overall, the phone definitely looks and feels great. All metal build adds a lot of premium properties, but if we compare it with the higher end Letv L1 Pro, it is not that precisely made. I know that I'm being picky again, but if you look at the bottom plastic part, it is not perfectly aligned. Well, it is absolutely not a deal breaker, and I still say that L1s is a well built and high quality device. The 5.5 inches display is brilliant to look at. It is a bit brighter than the one found on the L1 and has a slightly better sunlight visibility. Also, the panel has natural looking colors and deep blacks for an LCD display. When it comes to the user interface, we have the Letv Wi-Fi, which is built on top of Android 5.0 Lollipop. My review unit shipped with the unofficial international ROM, which has Google Play and multi-languages pre-installed, the Chinese apps removed, but there are quite a few annoying apps that you can't delete. It is very easy to flash the original Chinese ROM back, and if you want to see how it looks like, I will leave the links in the description of the previous Letv smartphones I reviewed. Letv is a highly customized version of Android, and it usually runs smoothly without any hiccups or lags. There are plenty of customization options as it has become a standard on Chinese phones. Also, there are quite a few similarities with the iOS. For example, if you swipe from the top, you will open only the notification shade. Pressing a left capacitive key triggers a window where you can access your recent apps or close them, quick settings menu, music player, shortcuts to some apps, and so on. All in all, Letv is very fast and clean looking user interface with some great features and customization options. However, I've tried both official Chinese ROM, which is the only official version currently available, and this unofficial ROM. I have to say that you should stick with the official one. The unofficial ROM is slower, it does not support OTA updates, but most importantly it has some really annoying apps that you can't simply delete, like battery boosters, cleaners, and so on, which simply slow down your phone. Letv L1s has a really good spec sheet for the price. It has a MediaTek Helio Accent chip, 3 gigs of RAM, and 32 gigs of non-expandable storage. 3D games work absolutely fine, there are no hiccups or lags, and the phone doesn't heat up to uncomfortable levels. As far as multimedia consumption, the L1s is just a fantastic budget device. Besides having a gorgeous display, the phone has a decent loudspeaker, and the sound of your earphones is definitely one of the better ones in this price range of phones. When it comes to the camera app, we have the same app we have already seen on other Letv phones. It is fast and fluid and responsive, and it is very easy to use. The 13 megapixels camera is capable of producing some pretty good images in good lighting conditions. They look similar like the ones produced by the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3, but I will tell my final opinion only after head-to-head comparison, which is coming soon. The pictures have a good amount of details and colors look natural most of the times. However, you may get some images with softer details and softer focus on the corners. Also, the color reproduction may be off in some of the shots. As usual, the level of details decreases with less lighting, but the camera can still produce some nice looking pictures with a decent amount of details, but with more noise and less sharpness overall. The night shots are not the worst we've seen in this price category of phones, but they do not impress. The level of details is quite low and there is quite a lot of noise. As far as the front-facing camera, it is pretty good and you can produce some nice looking selfies, and the beauty mode is here to help to get that perfect shot. Hi again, this is another video test, 1080p video test of the Letv L1S. When it comes to the 1080p video, the quality is mediocre in general, but it is pretty good for your budget phone. As far as 4K video, I could not play it back on my MacBook despite trying out 5 different players, video converters, and so on, but it may be only my laptop's issue, so I will leave the download links for 4K video samples down below. Overall, the L1S has one of the better cameras for the price, although it is neither the best nor better than its predecessor, the L1. As far as connectivity, everything is working fine as I had no issues with the Wi-Fi, GPS, Bluetooth, call quality, or signal reception. The 3000 mAh battery could perform better. I could get only around 3 hours of screen on time in real-life conditions while using the phone mainly for daily tasks. The SOT time is a bit better in the Geekbench 3 battery test, where the phone was able to achieve over 5 hours of SOT with maximum auto brightness and dim screen features off. A good thing is that the phone supports a fast charging feature and you'll probably love using it. So there you have it, the Letv L1S. I had really high expectations from this phone and it delivers in a lot of aspects. The L1S has a great design and build quality, awesome display, great and constantly improving software, of course if you use the official Chinese ROM and install Google Play services manually, fast and accurate fingerprint scanner, and good audio quality. However, while the camera is one of the best in this price category of phones, it feels that there is a slight downgrade in terms of the overall image quality over its predecessor, the L1. While the battery life is not necessarily bad, the L1S will most likely last you a full day on a single charge, but not more. Finally, the Letv L1S is a great phone as it has a lot to offer for the price. However, the battery life could be better given the current state of software and it can be overlooked before making a buying decision. Well, unless you don't mind charging your phone more often. It was Linus, thanks for watching, and if you like this video please hit the like button and subscribe to the Gizmo China's YouTube channel. Also, I suggest you checking out gizmochina.com for a full written review and other Chinese phones news and reviews. Thanks for watching again and see you in the next one.